Net Game Radio, Shoutcast, Music Show, Lemon Party.
What?
All right, welcome back, gamers. You are watching another Net Game Radio HoNcast, as I just messed up my words there, but you are watching another Net Game Radio HoNcast. My name is Triumph Man, and joining me again is Hospitaller as a support caster. But we do have One Day versus Who's Bad in the second match. Who's Bad did wind up taking out that first match in this Cybergamer Open Ladder quarterfinal match. And of course, Who's Bad sort of was a bit back and forth, fairly even Steven, both teams, doing a bit of harassing, doing a bit of counter-warding, doing a little bit of ganking here and there from the sidelines. But in the end, just Blue Bear with his Predator just going immortal after immortal after immortal. It just would not stop. He was completely dominating their enemy team. He was taking it. He was taking One Day out to the trash. But really, that Predator pick versus the Zephyr pick really was quite effective, and as I think the players were commenting early in the lobby that Artigal was losing 900 HP or something from one hit. It was quite insane the amount of damage the Predator was dealing. But starting off this match, Pandemonium again getting banned by One Day, and then Devour getting banned by Spot the Aussie. I think Spot the Aussie just banning Devour just to mess with Carnivalis, who does like to they do like to run a fairly non-standard Devour mid. The One Day clan does, and Carnivalis is usually the man who's on that. So that's most likely why Devour has been banned. And of course, if you have not seen Blue Bear in action, Pandemonium is one of his favorite heroes, one of his most deadly heroes, and of course they don't want him using that. So he has been banned quite effectively. And of course, Hellbringer again getting banned, Bubbles getting banned, Bubbles being a very stock standard ban. Of course, Bubbles being one of those heroes, you give him a side lane, give him a solo mid lane, he really is quite a versatile hero, and if he gets those early levels, gets an early farm, he can completely destroy an enemy shrine. And because of his mobility is a huge issue, the fact that how mobile he can be is what really gives him the ability to take a dump on an enemy carry, because part of the trial, is defending a carry, and when you're up against a mobile hero like Bubbles, who has ganking firepower to back him and disables, it really is quite difficult to keep away from your carry. He will just keep jumping in there and jumping all over your carry and making their day really crap. But Myrmidon also being banned, I guess they weren't too happy about getting messed up by One Day's Myrmidon, by Who's Bad Myrmidon, so Arctic now banning the Myrmidon. Switchblade also getting banned. I should mention One Day often run their tri-lane with a Swiftblade carry. It's usually Artical, the man responsible for captaining Swiftblade there in the tri-lane. But we aren't going to see the Skillblade, as Taco King calls it out. Again, Artical making some more sad faces. But just waiting on the next set of picks. But honestly, I think a lot of what Game 1 came down to was drafting on One Day's part. They really should have banned Predator. If you're going to run a a tank carry, you need to ban the counter to it, which is Predator. Of course, it completely devours people who want to carry by tanking. And of course, we did see Predators completely destroy the enemy team with Immortal after Immortal. But looks like we got a first Ghost picks here happening. Debenisham and Flint Beastwood. Now, Debenisham was a bit of a flavour of the month after Breakable came out, but sort of fallen out of favour lately. Just really, he's not a bad hero. It's just there are other picks that get favoured. Myrmidon, Voodoo Jester, Glacius, just all being picked up first. They don't usually get banned, so usually Debenisham, while he's a good pick, you really don't need him all that much. This time we are going to see Slither in action. True. But yeah, did you want to throw in your opinion on the support heroes?
Yeah, just on Demented Shaman, he is more of a situational support. Like if you're going for a armor strat, like negative armoring with, say, Panda, Soul Stealer, Andromeda, all those heroes that give negative armor, the Demented Shaman always fits well into that lineup. But other than that, the other support heroes usually bring more to the table, like Witch Slayer's 6 seconds of crowd control, and Voodoo's heal.
Yes, of course, crowd control being incredibly important, but they are burst picking Demented Shaman here, so I'm not sure what they're planning to run here. Of course, Demented Shaman also being a fairly decent counter pick to Switchblade. Basically, you get near the creep wave and Switchblade can't come near you because he will get absolutely blown away by a heal bomb. But of course, we have seen Switchblade banned here, so there are, I don't know if there is really any call for a Demented Shaman this time round. We do get Slither picked up by Who's Bad as well as Witch Slayer. And Witch Slayer, of course, a very effective tri-lane support, can fit up into just about any lineup. He is that good. Slither also being picked up. Now, we do occasionally see Slither either run as a tri-lane carrier or a support. Very occasionally, usually means they're running incredibly aggressive tri-lane, just trying to shut down an enemy carry. Who's Bad have been trying to do that, so maybe they'll try something again with that Slither, but honestly, he's also one of the most powerful solo heroes. It's incredibly difficult to take on in a 1v1 situation. He has that much firepower to bring to the table, so much harassment with his dot and his auto attack and his slow, as well as his poison spray lane to set up kills and just chase people down. So really could go either way here. Not sure how Who's Bad are going to play this Slither. But we are going to get Pharaoh this time. First game being picked up by Who's Bad, this time being played by One Day. Tarka King picking Pharaoh, but now being swapped back and forth. They also picked up Magmus. Now, if they're going to have Magmus in the tri-lane, they really, as a support, they really need to pick up a ranged carry. Now, Hospitaller, you need your ranged carry in that tri-lane if you are having a melee support. But who do you think they're going to pick to go with him? It looks like they're thinking about picking up Wild Soul, maybe.
Wild Soul is a really unorthodox pick, but I do see it working. He can actually be built without his bear. He's a 600 range agility, long range carry, so that can work without his bear. I've seen it done, and it is devastating early game.
Yeah, very close to 600. I think it's only like 550, but yeah, very close to 600 range. Definitely what you want. I should also mention that Myrmidon, Silhouette, and Nomad, and Silhouette, Nomad, and Tremble were banned by both teams. Gentlemen's banned, so we won't be seeing any of them in play, unfortunately, which is quite sad because I enjoy Silhouette. I quite do love playing Silhouette, although I think she is a tad bit overpowered, a little bit too good on all fronts, too easy to farm with, too easy to escape with, really. Just needs a little bit of a hit with a nerf stick, but she is a lot of fun to play. And definitely quite a powerful carry if you get her in the right hands. Difficult to play, but definitely quite a powerful carry. However, on Who's Bad... definitely a bit of a pub stomp hero. But on Who's Bad, we have Valkyrie picked up, as well as Flint Beastwood. Now, I am not sure how they're going to play this. I'm guessing they might be seeing Flint in the tri-lane, possibly, as well as Valkyrie solo side lane, and maybe Slither solo mid. Of course, Slither being an incredibly powerful solo 1v1 hero, very difficult to deal with. But we do get Gauntlet again, chosen by One Day's kind of ass. Now, honestly, I'm not in love with the Gauntlet pick. He didn't play him bad. In fact, he played him very effectively. But I'm just thinking, there are better choices. There are more powerful heroes, more reliable heroes that you could bring to the table. But, if they think they can make it work, all the power to them. Go for it. Go nuts. See what you can do. There's no harm in experimenting. But I might just mention they did...
Unfortunately for Carnivalis, though, he Who's Bad has done their homework and have kept banning Devourer. So maybe that Devourer ban has forced him into a Gauntlet role.
Possibly. Although there are more powerful heroes like Chipper. They could, or Doctor Repulsor. If you can play them, those are definitely two massively powerful solo heroes that really, if you can get them under your belt, you can destroy people with. So I really would have liked to see them instead of the Gauntlet pick, but of course Gauntlet is not a bad hero. You can, if you play him right, you really can cause some damage. It's just how difficult he is to play right is what makes him less reliable. Whereas Dr. Repulsor, bloody easy. You get your farm, you gank a bit, you use your ult to get in there, get stuck in. He's very easy, very simple to play. So I think that's why heroes like Dr. Repulsor are favoured over Gauntlet. I might just call out that One Day did go ahead with the Wild Soul pick, so it will be interesting to see how this goes down, whether or not they decide to build without the bear, or whether they do decide to build with the bear and, just have Boo Boo just run up and down the lane, just, constantly harass the enemy hero, or just, even micro him. I have seen actually played with a Wild Soul who instead of just laned, but had Boo Boo just run around the jungle and stack it for him, so they could have all three heroes presence in the lane and doing damage and harassing the enemy hero, and just having Boo Boo doing the support. However, not sure how they're going to do this. Definitely an unorthodox pick, to say the least. And I should mention that on the Legion team, on the Helmet team, they do get picks rounded out by Pebbles. Now, I'm not sure how they're going to do this. This is a very different way. How do you think they're going to run this? I really don't see this lineup working all that well. It seems like they've got a lot of solo heroes that are going to fight with each other.
Super aggressive tri-lane bot is what I think Who's Bad are going to do, along with Slither, Flint, and Witch Slayer. They are really bringing some power to a tri-lane, and it looks like they are. They're going to go the long lane with a super aggressive all-range tri-lane.
Indeed, looks like it. Of course, Slither, if you can get him in there with his slows, he is very difficult to deal with. But it looks like this time we've got One Day rolling out with a 5-man gank into their own jungle. Just doing a bit of scouting here. They haven't checked the sweep yet, so it looks like they just are going to charge up through here. They haven't been spotted by Pebbles. Pebbles is too far behind. No, they're going for a level 1 Kong. They are going for a level 1. No, they're just dropping a ward of sight in there. No, so that's Zizik's ward. Zizik has seen them trying to go for that level 1 comp, so actually that's something we didn't consider with Pharaoh and Gauntlet and Boo Boo. They could really do this level 1 comp, but they have been spotted up by Skies' ward. Definitely a good ward behind. They have put up their own ward though. Arctic Owl putting up defensive ward, so this is something I should have seen this. This is classic level 1 Kong strat, and I really honestly should have seen this coming. They have like all the signs, and I'm quite embarrassed I didn't see this. But both teams now, a bit of a Mexican standoff. They haven't started Kong though, so I guess they know they've been spotted. They're a little bit scared, I guess. Yeah, they are. Now they're charging up. Looks like they're going to go for a gank instead. They do have the firepower. The Hellborn are cut in half, so they really can't commit to this unless these guys try to do the Kong. I think they are just going to have to back out. Both teams are sending each other. Although Arctic Owl did opt to put in a second ward there, so you can see both sides. But it looks like they are going to try and do this Kong. No, they've decided it's too dangerous. They have decided there is too much potential for this to backbite, and they are going to back out now. I think that was a very wise course of action, although unfortunately that's both their early game wards wasted, so that is a little bit painful. While Skies has only dropped one ward inside Kong, although definitely a good spot by them. Of course, they did notice that this was going to be a level 1 Kong strat, and I missed that completely. I'm embarrassed about that. But we are going to see Pebbles solo mid versus Gauntlet, Valkyrie solo top versus Demented Shaman? No, they're trying this rotating top. With a Pharaoh. No, it looks like they are going to jungle, in fact.
That's very odd.
That is incredibly odd there. So I guess they were relying very much on the level 1 Kong work. So this is not looking good for... Oh, and I missed the action in mid. Valkyrie must have landed a 5-second arrow. She was hanging around mid. So yeah, Valkyrie landed that arrow, and then Pebbles just finishing him up there. But now Valkyrie going to roll top. Looks like they're going to go for a 2... I don't know what they're doing. A 2-1-1 with a jungler. But really, honestly, this Magnus is up. Oh, you can't put this nicely. He is fucked. There is nothing he can do against this super aggressive Trillion. He's a melee hero, you know, and he has no army. He can't stand up to any sort of harassment. Really, this Magnus is not going to be able to do crap. And, you know, the Legion team, the Hellborn team, they could be doing this way more aggressive, you know, literally, Slither and Witch, they could be sitting on the opposite side of the creep, just sending Magnus, you know, make him sit behind the tower. They don't need to be letting him get this close. They don't need to be letting him level up. They could be dominating him. And in the meanwhile, they're going to have a double lane versus Valkyrie up at the top, and she's going to be able to handle this quite easily. I mean, there's not a lot of threat there between Pharaoh and Demented Shaman. She can just leap away if she does get into trouble. Really, this is going to come down to a sort of a classic pub thing. It's going to come down to whether or not Flint can farm this tri-lane, and whether or not the Who's Bad decide to gank Wildside, which obviously they should. You know, you should never let a jungler farm to his heart's content. You should always go in there and mess him up. So definitely it's going to come down to whether or not they decide to do that, but definitely a very, very unorthodox match all round. You got anything you want to add here, Hoss? I'm kind of a loss for words.
Yeah, this is very unorthodox. We have a Pebbles gank at top.
Indeed, I'm watching this now. Pebbles has picked up this Invis rune, and he has also got his bottle. He has decided to the first blood probably got in that bottle, but looks like he is getting ready to gank these guys. Possibly just waiting for Valkyrie to be in position to toss an arrow, just waiting for those creep just to thin out a little bit. But I'm fairly sure. Here we go. The arrow. Oh, I'm not sure about that. That's a fairly odd way to do it. As we do get a bit of lag there from the server, I think. But honestly, that's a very.
They have a lot of confidence in that Valkyrie.
They do indeed. A lot of confidence indeed. And Magnus down the bottom lane getting harassed back into the tower. That's what we want to see. But yeah, I mean, when you've got an Invis Pebbles, why not just wombo combo? I mean, you can just literally walk up to your target and, you know, stick your fist in his bum and throw him up in the air. That's all you have to do. So definitely very confident on Halien's arrow, and he did deliver. He has delivered 2 out of 2 arrows so far, so definitely good play by him. You know, Pebbles is putting his confidence in him, and it's paying off. It looks like the one day have finally decided to rotate. Demented Shaman decided he's had enough of the shenanigans at top, and he is going to rotate to help out Magnus, but honestly, there's not a whole lot the two of them are going to be able to do. In fact, maybe this is all they're going to be able to do, just hide. Magnus has dug himself out a little hole, although he's made it a little bit obvious there, perhaps, by coming out through that hole and giving it away.
On that rotate by Demented Shaman, I actually disagree with that. I think Magnus can solo that lane fine. With his Lava Surge and Steam Bath, it's actually going to be very hard for the Hellborn to actually lock him down and kill him. He's actually a very good evasive hero. But that Demented Shaman, I think, should be at top, pushing Valkyrie out of the lane and giving Pharaoh a nice fight.
Honestly, I can't agree with that, because, you know, he does have Steam Bath, but they have Witch Slayer, and, you know, Slither can still dot up the arrow, which can cause an immense amount of damage. Flint can still flare it and cause an immense amount of damage. And I think the only reason he is, level 3 at the moment is because Who's Bad aren't playing as aggressive as they should. I mean, they should be all over these. Like, Magnus when he was alone, they should have been all over him. He shouldn't even be getting a level. Like, we've seen, like, Hag. We've seen, like, Hags, when the enemy try and decides they want to shut him down, he, like, in the mid lane, though, Pebbles getting hooked and smashed by a fist, but he's going to creep away here. He does have a regen bottle as well. But, I mean, I have seen, I think it was Frenetic's Array shutting down an enemy Hag and keeping her at level 1, for 6 minutes, 6 whole minutes. That's huge. And Magnus has got nowhere near the survivability of Hag. With the blink, her blink is just, on a lower cooldown. She can use it more times. She is, just superior when it comes to that. She can get inside trees without notice. Honestly, if they can keep her down to level 1 for 6 minutes, I honestly don't think that Who's Bad should have let this Magnus even be level 2 by the 2nd minute in. I think that's a bit of a misplay on their behalf. But, everybody has different opinions.
This Demented Shaman's in trouble.
You're right, they do have a little bit of action here. Demented Shaman getting beat up by Slither. He did throw out the slow on which they're trying to slow him down. He was trying to save Magnus, actually, who was getting scattered out in the outpost there, although he probably would have been okay because he could have just jumped into the trees if he was under fire. And it would have been fairly safe, unless Flint guessed correctly and flared up his area of trees. But he should have been fine, by all intents and purposes. But back in the mid lane, Pebbles getting beat up a little bit by this Gauntlet. And Pebbles being fairly even matched despite hitting level 6 at the same time, despite the early game from Gauntlet at the start. So Carnival is doing a good job to come back to this. But of course, this is the other bonus for the Hellborn. If you send your trialing bot, you can gank mid and the jungle fairly easily. Of course, being something they need to do when they have this Wildsoul. Now, Wildsoul about to walk into Slither, and which they could be in a lot of trouble. Slither is not on the ball. They are on the ball. Get the Graveyard Stun, although they are stacking slows and stuns, which is a little bit unfortunate. And Slither getting hit by that bash. This is unfortunate for Slither. Are they going to take him out in time? Oh, so close. Taco King just managing to kill Slither before getting taken out in return. And at the same time, Pebbles taking out Gauntlet, so Pebbles is ahead now, managing to bottle another Illusion Rune. And just checking the CK here, Taco King is on 23-0, of course, no denials when you're in the jungle, while, the enemy carry is, Flip Beastwood in this case, 27-10, so fairly evenly matched here, while Valkyrie also getting her farm on up top, 25-16, so she's doing a pretty good job. And Pharaoh being left behind in the dust a little bit. He is sitting on 3-0, so he really is getting left behind fairly badly. Although he is, I think he's going for the right build. He is going for souls, which is something you need to control the lane. Very definitely useful skill. But in the mid lane, Pebbles, no, those are illusions. I'm getting a little bit excited here. Thought something was happening, but it's not. Just illusions harassing the enemy player. Honestly, wouldn't have burnt them like that. Would have sent them into the enemy jungle to scout for Wildsoul, because you definitely want to gank him as much as possible. But Wildsoul has picked up some boots and gloves of the Swift, so he's building steam boots.
We have a Pebbles gank top.
Yes, indeed. We do have Pebbles rolling out top. He has got basic boots here, just rolling out top. He hasn't been spotted, so he's going to be able to wombo combo here. Come on. Combos ineffectively. That is unfortunate. I'm not sure how he managed to miss that. That is quite unfortunate. He had enough mana for both skills. How he managed to mess that up, I'm not sure. He got throw off. You can throw and chuck, or chuck and throw. Either way, you're going to do a fuck ton of damage. Either way, and he got the throw off. Why no stun mice? Maybe he had a keyboard slipped out of his hand.
I think he wanted to inch in an auto attack before stunning to increase his efficiency or whatnot, but it proved to be his undoing.
Indeed, I mean you've got a Valkyrie there. Honestly, didn't need to do that. Maybe he was hoping Valkyrie would set up an arrow, and Valkyrie not managed to land an arrow that time, in fact missing quite wide. But back down in the bottom lane, looking at Flint just farming away there, under no pressure whatsoever, and now Magnus getting chased. This is what they should be doing, which they should be down here, chase him off as well. And Magnus has nothing but a health potion at the moment, getting flared here, getting hit by the sprays here. This is the kind of thing I'm worried about, even if you are, shielded up by that shielded up by that Steam Bath, you do have the problem of just, taking a massive amount of damage, and he does. He takes a massive amount of damage there and goes down because, well, that's what's going to happen. That's what you should be able to do against a solo Magnus. You should be able to destroy him when you've got such a powerful trial. But in the middle lane, Pebbles copying an infernal instability to the face, a massive fist into the face. Is bottling up though, has popped his illusion rune. And really, it looks like Who's Bad are going to let this Wildsoul farm for a bit. They killed Magnus, now they should be ganking again. But it looks like Pebbles, Witchlay is going to stay top to help out Valkyrie. Valkyrie honestly doesn't need the help. She's doing quite fine on her own. Throwing another arrow. Ooh, smack and creep there. Not quite managed to land that one. Decent try, though. Decent try. But really, Witchlay doesn't need to be up there. She doesn't really need the help at the moment. There's nothing, it's Pharaoh and Demented Shaman. Nothing mission critical there to stop farming. Well, meanwhile, Wild Soul, here we go. He's farming away. Really need to shut this guy down. Don't want him to get any sort of farm. I have unfortunately... Oh, in the mid lane though, Gauntlet managing to get a fist, getting his ult off on Pebbles and getting a little bit of revenge here. Carnival's dropping Skies, just hooking him. Nice hook as well, just jumping up out of the tower range and back on top of Pebbles and taking him down. But if I were just to relate a horror story, I have been 2 Raxes up against a Wild Soul and then have a Wild Soul basically solo carry versus my team and destroy us, which was very painful to watch. And very painful to feel. But anyway, again, down the bottom lane, we have Magnus taking a bit of damage, getting hit by those dots again. See, just getting hit by that flare, getting hit by the poison spray, taking a ton of damage, managed to lava surge out, but now getting spotted up by this ult, and bam, he is going to die to this dot here. You know, Slither doesn't even need to chase in, or they could walk in for XP range, I guess. But yeah, Magnus going down again. I honestly don't think there's a lot he can do here, and they should have got him some help quite badly, because he's not going to have a pork here or anything useful by any means. But I am just going to throw over to Hoss again. Hoss Patillo, anything you want to throw in about this match? You got your 20 cents, got your 2 cents, chuck it in.
The support seem to be doing their job. However, I think Who's Bad support are doing a more effective job with the Witch Slayer and Slither. Slither playing a sort of support ganker role, ganking the Magnus really well. And I haven't seen them go top enough, though. I would like to see... a gank on Pharaoh to shut him down, so that his ganking ability through the mid game is lessened.
Honestly, don't think he's going to have a whole lot of ganking ability. I mean, he's 10 minutes in and he's 9 creep kills, but we do see a gank here happening, like you were asking for. The stun comes out on Pharaoh. The Unbreakable getting thrown, but not reaching him quite in time there. Probably should have thrown the Unbreakable first thing of the deal, but down in the jungle we do have a little bit of action. Gauntlet getting smashed there, although not quite actually. Now he's in a bit of trouble, getting hit by the poison spray, getting tossed, although Pebbles didn't wombo combo again, but he managed to hook himself a slick hook, but he probably is going to go down here. Going to need to get denied, although no, not going to get denied because Wild Soul gets taken out by Pebbles there, just comes through those trees and dropping some stalagmites on him. And again in the jungle, Magnus getting dropped by Flint Beastwood, and also Gauntlet getting run down as well. But honestly, I'm going to have to disagree with you there, Hoss. I don't think Pharaoh needs ganking, although he has been ganked. You know, 9 creep kills at 10 minutes, 11 minutes in, really not a huge threat. I would be trying to just take a dump on Wild Soul even harder. I mean, they are doing a good job. They ganked him twice now, but I wouldn't be worried about the Pharaoh. He's not getting much farm anyway. So why not just come down here and ruin Wild Soul's day some more?
Valkyrie had him under control.
I really do think Valk had him under control. I mean, Valk is 53 to 28, and he's on 10 creep kills. Pharaoh's on 10. I don't think she needed that much help. Whereas Gauntlet calls out that poison wasn't going to kill me, so those auto attacks that Wild Soul threw on him may have proven fatal. So maybe a little bit of griefing happening here. Accidental griefing, perhaps. But we do have Pharaoh rolling bottoms. We might see a gank here. And definitely, they do need to get this gank on Flint Beastwood. He has been free farming quite happily. So this gank needs to happen. Tormentor Soul hitting Flint Beastwood and now getting whacked by Wrath at the Pharaoh. Hellfire being used. Mummy's being used. Magnus circling around. Magnus is busy fighting Slither. Slither getting dropped here. And now Flint Beastwood probably going to get away unless Magnus can understand. No. This is unfortunate. They really need to get this kill on Flint Beastwood. You know, Slither's a nasty hero and all, but Flint is the carry, and he does have the farm that needs to be shut down, and it looks like he is going to get given a kill here. Down he goes. Magnus getting taken out, and now Gauntlet getting into the fray, although managing to drop his ult here and stop Witchslayer's ult, stopping that Silver Bullet dead in its tracks, and Witchslayer going down. Now, Flint Beastwood getting taken out, so this is what we needed to see happen. As well as, I should mention that Pharaoh got taken out, as well as Demented Shaman, but now we do see Pebbles trying to run down Gauntlet. Gauntlet juking in the trees. Good play. Very good juke. Nice work from Carnival. Very smart play. Cutting into those trees, chopping his way in there and hiding. And now we do see Pebbles trying to take out Wild Soul. That Wild Soul maybe chased a little bit too far, and he's going to get tossed, stunned, and smashed. Slither also getting stuck in those. Slither getting massive hook by Carnival. You know, for all that I disagree about this Gauntlet pick, he plays it very well. I'm going to give him that. I don't like the Gauntlet pick, but he does play him very well, and there's that. That is at least something you want to see. If you're going to pick a dodgy hero, at least play it superbly, and he's doing a very nice job with this Gauntlet. If you are, just going to throw over your Hoss.
Coming out from Pharaoh? No.
No, not quite managed to catch him there, but I'm going to throw
Pharaoh's hook just cooled down. He probably could have hooked onto Slither, but he would have been inside tower range, and that probably wouldn't have ended well. as we saw before, Pharaoh hooked in onto Flint, but Pharaoh's lack of levels, his Hellfire only being level 1, and his Mummies only being level 1, he wasn't able to really lock that Flint down and kill him at the bot lane, and that would have been a real good head start for the Legion team against this farmed Flint.
Definitely.
Sort of knocked back his carry ability.
Yeah, unfortunately, his two teammates that were supposed to be helping him gank Flint decided to go and fight Slither in the bushes instead. Would have been better if they went out there and ganked the Flint, but in the end, Gauntlet managed to clean up Flint, but not before giving him not before those guys gave him a couple of kills, which is fairly unfortunate. Because like you said, they do need to shut this guy down or he's going to destroy them. Flint Beastwood, I might mention, is on 69-14. Pharaoh ulting in here on top of Witchlade. Witchlade in a bit of trouble. There is an invisible Gauntlet in there as well. Gauntlet just smacked away. Now Witchlade getting the stun on Demented Shaman. He's going to go down, getting hooked here. Demented Soul being used to harass Flint, and now an entangled, stopping Flint Beastwood's ult. The Valkyrie's Javelin of the Light has been thrown, smacking Demented Shaman, not watching his back there. He's going to get taken out here. Although Magnus throwing in cover stun, but in the end, not enough. Maybe enough. He gets the Unbreakable. The Unbreakable proccing. He might save himself. Valkyrie in a bit of trouble here. Valkyrie getting hit by all these damage spells, gonna go down, I think, maybe, no, yes, she does get taken out, I think, to Demented Shaman's to the Steam Bath from Magnus. And I should mention also Witchlade getting taken out there in the brackets there, but of course one day Artegal getting killed in the end, and again Bluebear getting another kill. This is not good news for them. Slither getting another kill, but now Wildsoul trying to get stuck in here. I might mention that Wildsoul got an early Outbones, getting taken out, getting denied. Actually, good play by Carnivals. And now, Fist of Power, smashing Slither. But in the end, Pebbles walking in here. Skies getting stuck in, taken out, call it. And it looks like Pharaoh has been spotted. No, barely. Nope, he's been seen now. He's in trouble. Silver Bullet, though. Nice work. Silver Bullet. Oh, taking out Pharaoh. But yeah, Pharaoh goes down, and actually, I thought that Silver Bullet was taking out Slither for a second there, because I'm stupid. But yeah, Slither going down, and Pharaoh getting taken out as well by that Silver Bullet. But throwing back over to you, Hoss, you got something you wanted to say there?
We're seeing a trickling in one by one meat grinder here at bot, and Hellborn have been able to come out on top with their better farm and levels.
And just because
we haven't seen either team able to muster a 5-man at bot, it's just been this constant stream. It's like a meat grinder, and yeah.
Well, just in the jungle, in the side shop here, Demented Shaman in a lot of trouble, getting taken out by Flint and Witchlade, the two gunslingers. Also, Pebbles has a port key. Pebbles porting in on top of Magnus here. Magnus getting caught up by his teammates' mummies. That is unfortunate. Pharaoh trying to save him, getting that stun off, but unfortunately dragging him in with him inside the mummies, and now getting cleaned up by a headshot there, money shot. They're taking out that Pharaoh. I also might mention that Hellborn do have an advantage because they don't have a Wild Soul. You know, Wild Soul, not very useful early game. Really needs to get that farm happening or he can't do shit. So, you know, Wild Soul trickles in and then does nothing, whereas if you have, say, a Pebbles trickle in, he can break somebody and smash them up. But it looks like Wild Soul, hasn't been spotted up, just doing a bit of farming. Valkyrie still farming. I might mention Valkyrie has picked up a Firebrand and her enhanced Ghost Muncher thingies. While Wild Soul has gone for a Alchemist Bones.
We have Gauntlet going mid.
Ooh, good eyes.
Hook and Enfeeble onto Pebbles, killing him.
Indeed, Pebbles getting taken out there. Nice work from Carnivals. Hoss, did you happen to catch when Taco King Wild Soul finished his Outbones? I didn't see.
No, but I think it would have been around the 15-minute mark.
Well, for people out there who aren't aware, you know, if you're getting Alchemist Bones, don't get them. I'm pretty sure the math says don't get them after 9 minutes. After that, they're not really very viable. If you have already bought, like, basically, if you are trying to rush Alchemist Bones, don't buy anything. Just try and get as much, just try and get as much money as you can. Get the money for everything, and if you get it before 9 minutes, then and you're a carry, then yeah, go and buy it. But if not, just spend it on something else. If you get ganked, get messed up, spend it on something else. Getting late Alchemist Bones is not very useful, especially when you're on a hero who is already, you know, needs to farm as much as possible before it's effective. Delaying that even hard, like delaying your core items even further is, you know, even more painful for your teammates to deal with. So I don't agree. If he did indeed pick up a late Alchemist Bones, don't agree with that. But in the mid lane, Pebbles has come back, ports in on top of Demented Shaman. Demented Shaman in a fair bit of trouble here, getting comboed, gets taken out there, or maybe a little bit of a late combo, gets killed off nonetheless. He is quite squishy, he has only got some minor totems to his name, hasn't picked up boots yet. Definitely has been doing a fair bit of warning. Discotech, of course. Oh, with the jungle here, Slither getting wiped out, although Flint Beastwood has hit invisibility. He did manage to spray down this Pharaoh. Pharaoh in a bit of trouble, getting hit by that money shot, needs to get denied, doesn't get denied, in fact gets cleaned up by Pebbles porting on top of him. Magma stun stunning Witchslayer here. Valkyrie ulting, trying to cover attempts. Witchslayer stunning Magnus, but Pebbles in a little bit of trouble, getting hit by that entangling roots. But Magnus getting comboed again, getting hit by that silver bullet, getting smashed by Pebbles, and Flint Beastwood still trying to run down this wild side. And now Pebbles porting. Oh, lucky root proc. That is unfortunate for Pebbles. Had that in the bag, had that auto attack coming up, and then Boo Boo, you little troll, that little troll bear, cleans him up with a disable there and stops him from auto attacking. Very unfortunate for Skies there. He did do the right thing, poured it in, good play from him, and then just pure dumb luck saving Taka King's life. But it looks like the Legion team have fallen behind a bit on the wards. They have thrown up this ward in mid to watch out. The Venom Shaman, in fact, walked up into the mid lane, threw down that ward to watch out for a porting Pebbles so he could farm the mid lane, and then got jumped on by Pebbles and destroyed, which is a little bit ironic, a little bit unfortunate.
The Hellborn have destroyed
But Wild Soul complaining, saying how he can't believe his life, and opting to farm the top lane now. He still hasn't picked up. He has picked up Steam Boots, has picked up Mystic Vestments. Of course, you need that against Pebbles when he's jumping around. A simple $400 investment of Mystic Vestments can and will quite often save your life versus a wombo combo. But again, I am going to throw over to Hoss, the pro support player. Anything you want to add about this match? Anything you want to throw in?
I think we've got action at top. Wild Soul get taken out by Pebbles and Wild Soul's escaping. I'll throw it over you.
Yeah, it looks like Wild Soul is escaping. Oh, might have been a little bit of a risky juke there. Coming back into melee range almost. Oh, ooh. He is using that Wild though. Wild is going to get him, although Pebbles going to make him pay for it. Probably should have taken a little bit more of an obvious escape route. Just should have got the hell out of there. Maybe just tried Boo Boo to slow him down a little bit, but in the end, running around in circles did not work out for him. But in the jungle, again, Pharaoh now managing to block Flint off and stop him from taking him out. Magnus is hanging around, sniffing around for a gank. Gauntlet is coming in now. Magnus sniffing around for this gank. Though, no, just going to sit there. Gauntlet, though, firing off that Fist of Power. Flint, though, managing to get that ult off in time. Managed to get that shroud off in time. Slither getting stuck in, getting stunned though. Gets the spray off, but does get stunned now. Pharaoh stunning it, chain stunning. Witchslayer coming in though. Slither ulting, that spray of poison is coming in, and now Pharaoh going to get taken out. Magnus also in a lot of trouble, and now he's getting stunned by the Stalagmites, and also Gauntlet might be in a little bit of trouble here. Gets ported in on by Pebbles and gets tossed up in the air. Tries to hook Pebbles under the tower, barely misses. Unfortunate for him. Flint Beast would sniff around that tower there, trying to clean up Gauntlet there, although he gets chased away by Taka King's Wild Soul. Although Wild Soul going to get stuck back in, managing to bash Witchslayer there. But Pebbles blinking again, still out of mana though. Might want to invest in a challenge.
And we have a Demented Shaman hiding in Kongor.
Actually, he's been there
Looks
for
like
about.
He's stuck and he can't escape.
I think he's been there for about a minute and a half or so. I swear he's been in there for a while now.
They know he's in there somehow.
Oh.
Oh no, they went to Kong and found him. That is interesting.
Oh dear, that's unfortunate for him. He is going to be pretty sour about life right about now. Trying to hide and just getting beat up. There we go, down he goes. So apparently DS was trolling or something, I'm not sure. But he does get taken out. Pharaoh just firing out some tomato souls here and there. Oh no, maybe he was warding and then had to hide. I'm not sure. He was there for quite some time though. He was there for more than that fight, so I'm not really sure what he was doing with it. Valkyrie barely escaping that hook though from Gauntlet, just leaping over the trees and getting away, smacking those, just hitting the ghost marches and striding out of town. Gauntlet still hasn't managed to pick up the Porky. Really wants a Porky. You know, we've seen some good hooks from Carnivalis already. He's really landed some superb hooks. Just think of what he could do if he could get his dirty little hands on a Porky. He would really be quite dangerous. And unfortunately, Pebbles has beaten him to both Porky and Spell Shards. So it looks like he is going to be quite problematic to deal with. And just trying to see how much money Carnivalis is sitting. Carnivalis is sitting on 1,000 gold, so definitely nowhere near his Porky right now. I should also mention that at the moment, One Day are 16,000 experience behind and 22,000 gold behind, so they are looking in a fair bit of trouble at the moment. They are in quite a bit of trouble. But right now, Witchslayer striding bottom. Looks like they've spotted this fight happening. Pharaoh ulting in on top of Valkyrie. Valkyrie just leaping over the top of the mummy, so not really a smart choice. So Gauntlet hooking in on top of Witchslayer. Witchslayer, though, saying screw you and giving him a silver bullet for his troubles and taking him down. Excellent work there. And also Magnus ulting in with a stun. Managing, I heard another port, though. It was Pebbles porting back in the frame. Magnus going now. Slither spraying Pharaoh now. Pharaoh in a lot of trouble. Getting hit by the Graveyard Stone. Getting hit by Valkyrie. Now Wild Soul trying to trickle into the fight. Champion Newith coming up for Skies. And Money Shot cleaning up wild sides. We have another genocide here during the one day and Who's Bad match. One day again in a fair bit of trouble here, getting cleaned up. I should also mention here, the odds were kind of stacked in Who's Bad's favour because they do have a fair bit more experience than One Day. They have played on the CGI ladder, although didn't do too well in it. They do have the experience from playing on that ladder, which really does help. You know, even if you get beat up, playing with better players really does help you out quite a bit. But I am going to throw over to Hoss again. Hoss, anything you want to add about this match?
The two traditional supports we see, Demented Shaman on One Day and Witch Slayer on Who's Bad. We see the difference here. Demented Shaman really didn't bring much to the table for Legion, while Witch Slayer was able to use his abilities and his generally being a better support player for the tri-lane, for the jungle ganks, for the mid ganks, for the top gank, and able to control the mid game better than DS would have been able to for the Legion. Also, the support gankers, the Slither and the Magnus. The Slither was able to farm better and also is contributing more.
Indeed, great points to make up. And of course, Demented Shaman spent a lot of his early game up in the top lane, which I really don't agree with that. But I am being asked to give out some shoutouts from Spot the Aussie on Who's Bad. We have to give shouts to Nosh, Blitzy, Slub, and that guy Echelon, of course, being someone who is a bit of a bad, really, a bit of a troll, a bit of a useless bastard, just sits around smurfing, stacking games, throwing them, using plants to sabotage games. So a bit of a douchebag all around, and honestly should quit this game if we had our way, or be banned from life. Being banned from real life would be quite a good thing to happen. Uninstall life. I agree with that. But we do have a pause at the moment right now, as apparently Echelon has managed to smurf and baddies and plant his way and, stats pad his way up to rank 35 in the world. So definitely a bit of a douchebag all around. But we are still paused at the moment. I should mention that right now the lead has been extended. It is 11-36 in favour of Who's Bad on the kill board, and the experience is 23,000 experience ahead and 28,000 gold ahead for Who's Bad. So they really do have command of this game. They do have the warding. They do have all the wards up at the moment. One Day are quite behind in the ward department. I think they may have just been coward. No, they do have one ward up. It's spotting Kong. Of course, I think they did draft again. Really, the drafting let them down. They drafted for a level 1 Kong attempt, and we just see Demented Shaman here getting destroyed by Flint Beast, who gets spotted trying to go into that Kong. Not really sure what he's up to. Seems to be obsessed with Kong, and it's not working out for him. Anyway, they are, again, I'm honestly going to say One Day they really did not draft too well. They put all their hopes on a level 1 Kong strat, and, Who's Bad were on the ball. They saw it coming. I didn't see it coming, but they saw it coming. They saw all the signs, and they went down there, checked it out, put a ward down, saw it coming, and managed to scare it off, make sure it didn't happen. We see Pharaoh here managed to counter-gank Pebbles, whilst on there getting stuck in on Pebbles. Magnus, though, cleaning up. One Day Al managed to clean up Pebbles here. A little bit of a kill still. Could have given that to the carry there. It really wasn't quite necessary to come in that lava surge. He had him under control there, but we do see...
Champion of New Earth streak broken. 635 gold.
Yeah, it really would have been good if that went to Wild Soul. But we do see Valkyrie now on the run from 3 heroes. She does have leap up, so she should be right. Now Witch Slayer, no. Yes, Witch Slayer getting stuck in along with the other gunslinger Flip Beastwood. Good stun from Magnus, getting out of trouble though. Ooh, nice try from the hook, although now Wild Soul going toe-to-toe with Flint Beastwood. I should mention Flint Beastwood getting ulted though by Gauntlet, or the stun comes out, hits Boo Boo, but Pharaoh getting ulted, the silver bullet taking him down. Magnus trying to get stunned in, getting stuck in, stuns Witch Slayer and Flint Beastwood. Flint Beastwood gonna hit the shroud again, gonna sneak out of town, and now Magnus getting dropped by Flint Beastwood, turning around, and at the same time Demented Shaman getting destroyed there by, I think it was, who was it? Disco Tech got pawned by Blue Bear, so it was Slither pawning Blue Bear's, Slither being played by Blue Bear, and taking out Demented Shaman. I was going to mention something. Oh, that's right. Valkyrie has picked up a Nullstone, and where is he? Flint Beastwood has also got a Shroud and a Geo, so he is getting in the sort of unstoppable territory. As we get another shout out here to myself, thanks guys, and Tommy Gun. Tommy Gun also does play for Who's Bad on the occasion. We did see him play the other night against. In fact, I can't even remember who they were playing against, but they were playing against someone in the round of 16. Obviously, they did advance through to the round to the quarterfinals. Wild Soul has also picked up Duck Boots, Fleet Feet, and a Bolstering Armband. Looks like he's trying to go for he's going a very roundabout way of farming up a Frostburn. A little bit of a dodgy way. You should, finish one or the other first. Shouldn't just pick up both items. But Pharaoh getting hit by a arrow there. Good Javelin Blight from Valkyrie. And now Wild's on a lot of trouble. Getting comboed by Pharaoh. Getting smacked down by Pebbles. Just jumping on top of him, tossing him around like a rag. And it looks like this Dimension must be trolling. Unless he is just doing a bit of counterward. But if you
That's definitely a troll.
I think he is trolling. Discotheque, what are you doing, mate? Being dodgy. Being definitely quite dodgy. He has someone has picked up a Cyclone Stick though. Who? Oh, it's Slither. Blue Bear decided he wanted that kill and Cyclone Skies Pebbles there and tried to stop him from getting the kill. And in fact, Spot the Aussie took it out. Spot the Aussie playing Witchslayer. I think he just used a silver bullet on him, possibly.
Yep.
And we get another shout out to One Day and the boys. Oh, Gauntlet getting stuck in again, getting hit by that slow though, getting hit by that spray, getting smacked down by Valkyrie's Call of the to Halion playing Valkyrie, just taking him out with that Call of the Valkyrie. Another Tormented Soul getting smacking into Flint Beast. But I am going to throw over to Hoss. We haven't heard you speak for a while. Anything else you want to add about this match?
This game's been pretty much done since about 15 minutes. It's really been dominated by who's bad. They've drafted better, they've laned better, and their positioning and his Rax fight.
Of course, we do try to say it's fairly even, but when it's obvious, we got to call it. This is all over, bar the shouting. This is pretty much done and dusted. We do see Pharaoh get dropped again. Pebbles blinking in after Diminished Shaman. Going to try and run it. Oh, gets cycloned again by Slither. Wants these kills. Doesn't want Skies picking up these kills. So obviously the Hellborn team just having a bit of fun right now. They've got the lead. They've got a huge unstoppable lead, and they are just going to have some fun with it. But they are going to take this mid-ranks here. I'm fairly sure we will see a concede come out first. But Carnival is getting stuck in again. The Fist of Power coming out from Gauntlet, catching Slither, although can't do anything with it because he just gets sprayed. And a Champion of Newark going out to Aaron. I'm not sure who he just cleaned up there, but Gauntlet gets taken out. Spot the Aussie getting cleaned up though. And now, looks like Arctic Out could be in a little bit of trouble here, getting chased down by Slither as well. Slither maybe doesn't get that Cyclone off in time, and this time Skies manages to clean up a kill, takes out Arctic Out, and in the meantime Flint just chopping away at that melee barracks and the range barracks, just trying to get this racks happening so they can finish this up. Another Tormented Soul flying out, smacking these guys. He is just doing all he can, and I should mention that Slither is just sitting in the fountain here. Oh, nice work. Kills Tormented Shaman in the fountain, just takes him out there. Is just going to chop away at these buildings as well. But yeah, just going to try and distract him with his crew. It's not going to happen. As Shudder calls out, we never concede. And Zulu gives a shout out to Arctical as the #1 Magnus in Australia. I'm sorry, King Jitters wants to have a word with you. He is the #1 Magnus in Australia, he would tell you. Of course, though, Cujo disagrees. He says he was in fact the one in control. Although Flint Beastwood, Wildsoul getting pushed by Pushstick there, and Slither cycloning himself, trying to stay out of trouble. Not going to get. Gets hooked back by Gauntlet there. Although Shudder getting the kill in the end, I think it was Mummies catching him up, and Gauntlet trying to ult Valkyrie, but a Nullstone cleaning that up. She is dodging back and forth, trying to dodge his hook, although Pebbles coming in to save, tries to save the day, but misses with the Stalagmites. Now getting hit by the Tangle, but does manage to clean up Gauntlet, and now you see Valkyrie getting stunned by Magnus here, gonna have to run away. She's probably gonna make it, unless, no, Boo Boo not fast enough to catch up to a Valkyrie with Firebrand and a Ghost Matches, although she is hitting her ult here. Is going to be able to get away. Just doubling back here. Looks like she's getting greedy for a kill here. Witchslayer stunning Silver Bullet on Diminished Shaman going down. And here we go. Greedy Valkyrie coming in for a kill. Magnus getting the stun though. Will he turn this around? Gets Hex. Not going to get it. Nice try. He was channeling the ult. Would have got that kill too. Valkyrie leaping over the top of Pharaoh who was coming back to try and help out. And Pebbles cleaning him up. Although Boo Boo, no. Wildsoul not quite managing to clean up Valkyrie. Valkyrie's still going here. Now Wildsoul on the run. But it looks like he is going to get away here. Will he turn around Boo Boo here to take out Valkyrie? No. Just using return, just trying to slow down the Witchslayer. Oddly enough, the attack from Boo Boo not knocking off Striders. That is quite weird. There we go. Crocs is done. Now Witchslayer might have to turn around, and the really Wildsoul doesn't have a whole lot of damage. Might be able to take this. No, gets hit by another stun. Valkyrie is coming back in though. Leaps in. Call the Valkyrie. Yes, they've called the Valkyrie. Just come out and takes out another hero, taking out Wildsoul. Although actually, no, that was Aaron finishing that. I should mention that Flint Beastwood has finished up a Rift Shards level 1. But the mid-racks has been taken, and it looks like this is close to being over. Gauntlet's still no portkey quite set. I really would have liked to see Carnivalis pick up a portkey, because he has been doing some superb hooking, so I really would have liked to see what he can do with the hooks, although he is about to get massively destroyed by Flint Beastwood, and another Unbreakable being thrown out, but not reaching him in time, and Dementor Shaman get cleaned up for his troubles. That Geometer's Bane and the Rishard's just doing too much damage. So Flint is just going to just throw down a little party here in the enemy base and chop away at stuff. As Artical calls out, why so serious, Dark Green? Of course, Dark Green being RM playing Flint Beastwood, you won't get an immortal, you scads. RM, although it looks like Magma's getting destroyed. I should mention Pebbles has picked up a Codex just now. I think, yes he has, because he just ported and destroyed that Magnus. I heard the Codex, didn't see it though. Another Tormented Soul. They are just trying to harass him back here, but there really is nothing they can do. They are getting...
Codex on Pebbles, along with spell shards of 3, Firebrand, Portal Key. Very farmed.
Yeah, very farmed. He has been Carnival's gave him a bit of trouble in mid to start off with. They did, he did recover good from that level 1 gank from Valkyrie, but in the end, not being saved. We do see Artigal just throwing out some wards here, just trying to spam his ward count. But definitely, Legion team in a lot of trouble. Slither has got that tablet count, and Money Shot not managing to clean up Wild Soul in time. In fact, it was goes to Skies. Slither not managing to be there and hex him. Although good hook from Carnivalis, dragging Slither into the fountain, and he manages to tablet out though. Good play from Slither, good counter. And we do see Pharaoh get taken out as well, while Magnus getting shot up in the fountain. Definitely great hook, and then great recovery by Slither, using that tablet to push himself out of the fountain. Slither saying, "See that shit." It was definitely a good play. But now Gauntlet trying to shop and paying the price for it, in fact dying. I think it was getting a little bit greedy there. But now we are just going to see the racks you have. I should mention that Dementor Shaman is trying to... I'm not sure what the hell he's doing. I'm not sure what he's doing, and he just gets ported to it and cleaned up by Valkyrie, just running past that tower. I think they have all but given up at the moment. We get some more shoutouts here, just waiting for Spot the Aussie to finish typing them, but they are chopping away this mid tower, so this will be over fairly shortly. So, if you want to tune out now, feel free, because this is all but over. We are just going to see a bit of fountain play here. We are just going to see who's bad, just mess around, have some fun, because this is over in their favour. But we do get another shoutout to Carnivalis, giving a shoutout to himself, in fact. A little bit egocentric. Slither trying to push the Skies into that fountain. Slither seems to be having a bit of a feud with Skies here. Bluebear having a bit of a feud with Skies, trying to get him killed. Pebbles porting into the fountain, getting killed, getting stuck in by those mummies. I think he was hoping that the creep would finish that fountain tower up. The thrown up, but it not happening, and he just get taken out. But the GG wall plays are coming out, but we'll still keep calling this action out. May as well until it happens. And Slither this time getting a good push off. I think it was Slither, or was it Valkyrie? Someone's got a tablet, and they aren't afraid to use it. Who did that? In fact, it may have been...
I think that's Slither playing a trick on his own player.
I didn't think he was close enough, but yeah, it must have been. He's the only one with a tablet. But yes, Slither griefing the crap out of his team. You have seen Who's Bad take out their second match in a row versus One Day, so they will advance through to the semi-finals on the Cyber Game Open match, Open Ladder, while One Day, unfortunately, better luck next season. We'll see you again when we shoutcast the next season of the Cyber Game Heroes of New Atlanta. Anyway, my name is Triumph Man. You've been watching another Net Game Radio shoutcast, and joining me in the studio tonight has been Hospitaller.